Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the shorter version of This Is Fate. Arjun, who is also Karan, destroyed Rishab and Preeta's wedding anniversary cake and Shriti was panicking. But Anjali asked Shriti not to worry and Anjali arranged for another cake and they cut the cake and everything went well. So let's continue. The Luthra family continued with Rishab and Preeta's wedding anniversary celebration after Tapsi leaves. Preeta offers cake to Kavya, but Kavya was too mischievous, and this makes everyone laugh. In Raki's room, Sherlin and two of Raja's goons were still searching the room for jewelry and money. Bunty finds jewelries in Raki's wardrobe, and he calls Sherlin to come and see. Sherlin sees the jewelry and she was happy. Just then, Sherlin and the goons hear some footsteps and they hide. Raki enters the room and she switched on the light. Sherlin was hiding behind the cupboard while the two goons were hiding under the bed. Raki takes the gift boxes and she was about to leave the room, but she noticed that her cupboard is opened. Raki wondered how come she left her cupboard open and she thinks that maybe she forgot to close it. So she goes to the cupboard and closes it, but she couldn't see Sherlin behind the cupboard. Raki takes the gift again and she was about to leave, but just then, she hears a noise from the room. Sherlin, while hiding, thinks that she would be caught today because of these foolish goons. Downstairs, Preeta was going, but Arjun followed Preeta and asked that why did Preeta not feed cake to Rishab first before feeding it to the family, and why did Preeta feed Rishab last? Preeta asks that what is Arjun's problem with her life. Arjun says that he cannot understand why Rishab married Preeta and now it has been 5 years of their marriage. Preeta asks Arjun that why is he not married yet, but then Preeta says that she knows why and it was because Arjun is weird. Arjun asks Preeta that if Preeta thinks that he is weird, then why is Preeta talking to him when Preeta should have been beside her husband Rishab, who is standing alone with the guest, and Arjun leaves from there. Preeta thinks of how Binge advised her to always be beside Rishab so that he will not always feel lonely, and Preeta goes to Rishab. Upstairs in Raki's room, Raki asks that who is in her room because she heard a noise and she knows that someone is here. Sherlin and the goons refused to come out, and Raki shouted that if the person did not come out, then she would call her son and he would beat the person up. Sherlin gets worried hearing Raki, and Sherlin signals to Bunty to make Raki get unconscious by putting chloroform in the handkerchief. Bunty puts the chloroform in the handkerchief and Raki walks to the wardrobe, but she couldn't still see Sherlin. Raki was about to open the blanket and check under the bed, but Shriti comes there and calls Raki as mother. Sherlin was shocked to hear Shriti calling Raki as mother, and Sherlin thinks that this means that Shriti has been married to the Luthra family. Shriti tried to take Raki away from there, saying that there is problem downstairs. Raki asked Shriti to wait, but Shriti forcefully takes Raki away from there. Sherlin and the goons comes out of their hiding, and Sherlin quickly closed the door. Sherlin sits on the bed and she begins to cry. Bunty asks Sherlin that why is she crying. Sherlin tells Bunty that she is really unlucky because the Luthra house and the expensive jewelries were once her own before when she was their eldest daughter-in-law, but now she has come in disguise and steal what she would have been enjoying for free. Sherlin continued to cry and Bunty also started crying with Sherlin. Sherlin asks that why is Bunty crying. Bunty tells Sherlin that he likes Sherlin so much and he cannot see her crying, so he would cry with her. Sherlin asks Bunty to stop his nonsense and he should stop crying, but Bunty refused to stop crying, and Sherlin angrily slaps Bunty and she asks him to stop. Sherlin wipes her tears and says that everything that is happening to her is because of Preeta and she will not spare Preeta. Bunty says that he will not spare Preeta as well and he will fight for Sherlin. Sherlin asks Bunty to bring the bag so that he can pack all the jewelry and leave. Downstairs, Prithvi sees Raja leaving and he goes to him and asks that where is he going to. Raja says that he has told Prithvi before that he is a professional, so he wants to go and fix the phone jammers that will help them by the time they hold everybody captive at the party. Prithvi tells Raja that he might be a professional, but Prithvi Malhotra is more smarter because what is the need to use the phone jammer when they can snatch the phones from everyone and that way nobody will be able to call the police. Raja says that Prithvi thinks that he is smart, but that is not the case because if they snatch everyone's phone, then what would happen if someone has more than one phone and then the person will call the police with the second phone. But if they jam all the phones in the house, then no phone would have signal to call the police. Prithvi says that he did not think like that at first, and instead of praising Raja for the idea, Prithvi praised himself instead, saying that he is really smart for joining hands with Raja. Prithvi's phone rings and he picks the call. After the call, Prithvi tells Raja that the music band are here, so he would go and bring them inside, while Raja would go and work on the jamming machine. Meanwhile, Arjun goes to the bar and he orders for alcohol. Anjali comes there and stops Arjun from drinking, saying that he has had enough of alcohol. Arjun asks that why is Anjali trying to become his boss. Anjali also asks Arjun that why is he trying to become Karan. Arjun says that he doesn't need to try and be Karan because he is the real Karan Luthra, so there's no need for him to try. Anjali tells Arjun to stay as Arjun because Arjun doesn't love Preeta and she also loves him as Arjun and not as Karan. Arjun tells Anjali that he used to love Preeta but not anymore. Anjali thinks in her mind that she knows that even till now, Arjun still loves Preeta. Anjali asks Arjun to tell him what exactly he wants. Arjun says that Anjali already knows what he wants. Arjun drinks the alcohol and he goes back to the bar to take more drink, but then he looks back and sees Preeta smiling with Rishab so happily. Arjun thinks that he can see that Preeta is really comfortable and happy with Rishab, but why did Preeta get married to him in the first place and snatch his happiness away? The entire Luthra family were shocked to see the music band entering the house with singing and dancing. Prithvi was in the middle of the band and he was dancing so passionately, but no one was able to recognize that it was Prithvi because of his fake beard and mustache. Prithvi holds Rishab's hand and asked him to join the dance. The entire Luthra family and the guests also joined the dance, thinking that it was a well-wisher that organized for the band just for them to celebrate, and everyone continues to dance happily. Arjun noticed Preeta dancing with Rishab and he was sad, but just then, Preeta turns and he was facing Arjun and they both started dancing together. Arjun was happy and he begins to dance in front of Preeta, but Preeta noticed that Arjun is dancing just the way Karan used to dance. Preeta gets sad thinking that why is Arjun dancing like Karan? The dance continued but the whole family goes to sit because they were tired, but Prithvi continued to dance and he even falls on the ground and dance as if his life depends on the dance. The music ends and Prithvi gives the music band money, saying that he really enjoyed himself so much, and the music band leaves. Garina comes to Prithvi and she calls him as Daljit, saying that he really danced very well and well done to him. Just then, Prithvi tells Vishu to close the door and Vishu closed the door from inside on Prithvi's order. Rishab asks that who is Prithvi to make order in their house and why do they close the door. Prithvi tells everyone that he is not a guest, but in fact, he is a thief and he is here to steal all their money, and everyone were shocked to hear that. Prithvi brings out his gun and the other goons who has been pretending to be waiters also brings out their guns, and they all hold the entire Luthra family and the guest captive. Okay guys, thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.